Norwich is a crucible of an institution. We're the oldest private military college in the country. And not only is it academic, it's like adding boot camp and military service on top of a very rigorous academic program. So a lot of stress. Our students are dealing with a lot of stress.
Going from high school to college at any school is going to be a stressful situation. You know, you're away from home for the first time. You're trying to learn how to time manage and what study techniques work the best for you.
I usually wake up at 5:15 and swim for an hour and a half, get done at 7. So I'm usually in class from 8 to 12 and then have an afternoon labor class.
Each day seems shorter than the last. You got formations, you got to wear a certain uniform, people are yelling at you, and by the way, you have your homework.
Going to school, you're dealing with anxiety, dealing with adversity, you're dealing with being in a stressful environment.
We're seeing a generation of students coming to college who are less able to adapt and improvise and overcome adversity.
We know that students are more anxious. They're coming with more concerns and in some cases with less preparation.
The baggage our young men and women are coming to college with is not right. They're looking for some way to handle the stress.
How do we give them tools and strategies in their toolkit to help them be able to bounce back from adversity?
One day, I had a wonderful call from the daughter of one of my trustees who said, "Rich, you need to find out what the David Lynch Foundation is doing about TM." I said, "What's TM?" And she said, "Transcendental meditation." I said, "Really?" I'm the kind of guy that show me the data. So she sent me some articles, and I was reluctant, skeptical, but the more I learned, the more confident I became. And I said, okay, I want to talk to somebody at the David Lynch Foundation. And we did. We had a great exchange. It was through their great briefings, the literature they gave us, the conversations that we had, we decided to experiment. I said, I'm going to do it, because I'm not going to let a student do it until I do it first. Right? You have to lead from the front. We had our first session, and we decided we were going to try this. So we wrote to all the inbound rooks and their parents and said, we're going to do a trial, training for 30 and not training for the other 30. We put them in 2 separate platoons, and the reaction was dramatic.
After like the first week of practicing it, you felt a difference. You felt calmer and much more aware of your surroundings, and you could focus.
I've seen it, improve my ability in wrestling. I've seen it improve my grades. I've seen it just make me more clear, more focused.
TM's just been the greatest tool that I've had for, stress management and keeping clarity in my life.
I used to feel very overwhelmed throughout the day. When I started TM, I started feeling more refreshed and more focused.
Within 4 or 5 weeks, the kids who didn't get the training were complaining. Like the other guys had an advantage of them in class, and the other platoon wasn't getting yelled at as much, and they learned how to do things so much quicker, and they were so far ahead of the other platoons in what they were learning from a military point of view.
In about 1,200 hours flying helicopters when I was a youngster. This is before we had an aviation branch. A lot of stressful situations over the course of those years, and I wish I would have had the